morning. I'm your natural health consultant, Joanne Pasek, and today I am going to show you Fjord Float facility or the flotation therapy here in Vancouver, British Columbia. I myself is a customer or a client because of my arthritis problem or arthritis issues. So I started going into this facility more than a month right now, and I like it very much. And there are lots of benefits regarding about the flotation therapy, and most of all, we will be able to inform you that there are continuation or continuing research about the flow therapy. What are the benefits, whether you have a health condition problems or you just want to enhance your health routine. So please come by here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Fjord Float facility. Right now we have Koi. He's the operator of the Fjord Float therapy here in Vancouver, British Columbia. And I have 3 questions and he will give you the answer. And just to let you know, these 3 questions are very, very important. And if you have additional questions, just ask directly. Koi, email him or call the facility right away. So the question, Koi, was, the first one is, why did you choose to have a float therapy facility? Why did you, for the first place, why did you choose this type of business?
So I was dealing with a lot of stress years ago, probably like 8 or 9 years ago. I didn't really know a lot about how to take care of yourself and how to calm down your nervous system and things like that. So I really started to do a lot of research. What I ended up getting into is I started to meditate quite a bit, which helped quite a bit. And I ended up changing my diet, which was very helpful. And then I was talking with a friend and he'd asked me if I'd ever tried out flotation therapy. I told him no and ended up going on a trip to Montreal and trying it out there, and instantly fell in love with it. It was, I knew right away as soon as I started it that it was extremely helpful, so I just kept it up, kept doing it, and I was noticing huge benefits from it, that with meditation and my diet as well, and just exercise. So there are many things that help to calm me down and just get over that hump. So yeah, from there I just thought I really wanted to start up my own float place in Vancouver. I think Vancouver is a really good place for it because people are into alternative medicines here and alternative practices. So Vancouver is just a very good place for it. It's very, it's an experimental culture here, I would say.
Now the second question, Koi, I know we have to disclose clients' testimony, or of course, I'm a client as well. And as you heard Koi testimony, he is actually a client, and that's why he started the flotation therapy. So give me testimony from other clients that you given service in your facility.
Sure. So I'll give you a few. So we've had people who've had surgeries done, and they've come in here. Floating's known to help to speed up recovery processes of like different injuries and things like that. So we've had people who've had different injuries. They're getting a surgery done, and after the surgery, they'll come here to heal up a lot quicker. So I've had people like a knee injury, and they've just noticed a huge improvement. We've had people that have lost loved ones, and they're just trying to relax and kind of get over the loss of their loved ones. So they've gone in and floated and come out and just noticed a big benefit to that as well. We've also had long distance runners who find that the floating really helps after like a long marathon race. We've had a few people say that they used to get massages, but they've opted out of doing that, and they come here instead and do their floats. Yeah, which is pretty neat. And the last one, which was very surprising, was we've had people who can't swim, and they've come in here and floated, and they thought it was amazing because they've always been scared of water. And when they floated, they thought, they just felt something that they've never felt before. So I thought that was really neat to see as well.
Now the third question here for Koi is very important, because when the first time I came here, I asked myself why I have to do some preparation and why I have to come early. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to know, guys, that everything, when you do a flotation therapy, this is a must to do, but it is optional. But for me, I prefer to be naked, but there is a scientific of course correlation with that when you go on to the flotation, and Koi will give you the importance of preparation before going into the flotation room.
Perfect. Yeah. So there's a few things you want to avoid prior to arrival. So you want to avoid caffeine, shaving, and overeating and overhydrating. Eating and drinking lightly is okay, just don't want to overdo it. If you're too full on food, it will be a little bit distracting. Your body will be digesting the food, and it's just not a very comfortable feeling. And you also don't want to be really hungry as well, because that's all you'll be able to concentrate in there. And you don't want to overhydrate, because then you're going to have to keep on going to the washroom as you're trying to float. And if you have any cuts or scratches, or if you shave, you might be able to feel it in there, so we don't recommend shaving right before you come. If you drink caffeine, the issue there is that your heart's going to be speeding up, and it's a bit counterproductive to what you're trying to do in there, because you're trying to relax. You don't have to wear anything in your float. The whole idea with floating is that you don't feel anything while you're in there. So if you're wearing clothing, you're just going to be able to feel a little bit more. You're just supposed to feel like you're floating in nothingness. So those would be my recommendations prior to arrival.
Here in Fjord Float, the facility is absolutely clean, and if you're gonna think about scared, you don't have to. You have to try. You don't lose anything if you want to try it. And as you can see, the facility, it's a little bit of darker, or the atmosphere is kind of dark or gloomy inside the facility, just to make you calm. That's the purpose of that. So each room, that's why there is a room in here, it's because that is your place, or where you're gonna have your flotation session, and you're gonna be by yourself. So normally you're basically just having a solitude moment, and this is very clean. You got a hair dryer in here, all you need, and on the other side, men and women washroom. So I'm not gonna go into details each room, because it's just the flotation room, or the float room. And at the very end corner, Koi has also other services that this facility offer, and you can check the website so that you will more knowledgeable, or go in depth what is the Fjord Float offer. So again, there's no need to be scared. You have to try. And besides, I tried myself. I've been using this for quite a few sessions now, and I like it. And again, the location is very accessible. Check the link on how to come here, and if it's the parking area is your problem, I will give you the link as well. And there's a lot of street parking, but accessible for the TransLink, any public transportation here in Vancouver.
In here, you will see some slippers. And why is that? It's because you have to take off your shoes, leave it there, and pick slippers, whatever color you want. And that's how you're gonna use that slipper inside the flotation room.